Wrong thing. Like Spicy says, name if you got chat open, or I don't know, name a more iconic duo than Cal and Technical Difficulties. Yeah, that's entirely fair. That's absolutely true. Bands came up with that, and then because I don't know what because Discord updates every 5 seconds. The layout that I used last time with BK is reversed, so I need to switch our labels over. But that's the way things go. That's the way things go here. And the other thing that I haven't done, of course, is even get my notes up for the kind of cooked month that's been happening for the last little while. It's been crazy times.
Yeah, it's been quite the month.
Is there anything that you've had your eye on in the last little while? Last sort of 4 or 5 weeks?
Oh, like playing wise?
Yeah, like what is there any times that have surprised you that have happened, or have you kind of
Oh,
been expecting any of it
well,
to go on?
let's see.
I mean,
Well,
so
the band,
going
I knew Bands was playing for Jungle, but like it's just great to see him get it.
because the jungle records are so cooked now. Like
Yeah,
50,
just look at
53.
who's had them the past few years, and it's no joke.
So who is it? It'd be Clem, Irie, Joris, and Bands. That's is that right? Yeah, like that's
Yeah,
some elite company. Yeah, so the Bands 53 is a good call. The Bands 53 is a good call. How is the audio actually? I should have checked that from our friends in chat. How is audio? Relativity between myself and Gus. Can you hear both of us clear? Audio's good. Gus up just a touch. We can fix that. All right. Let's do that. Then we should be good. I just jumped straight into it rather than checking whether audio was good or not. But that's again technical difficulties, right? The other thing that kind of surprised me was Wodus retaking champ in GoldenEye. So Ace only just had that tiny little window of Jill champ before Wodus has come in and sniped him.
yeah. I didn't think it happened so soon, but with Ace playing PD, I definitely thought it was possible.
And this one's been coming for a long time, but I don't know how many dupes Henrik got of 57 on train before
I think it was
finally.
25.
Like the stuff like that just blows my mind. Like nobody's ever. There's what two people that have ever gone lower than 59, and then so he's just sitting there and smashing 20
Yeah,
dupes of this cooked time and then going even lower.
yeah, it's definitely crazy.
Luke finally got his redemption 23.
Yep, almost 4 years in the making, I believe.
Capap 3
Great to see.
yeah, Capap 3 extended edition on the tape. I'm not sure
Yep, nice little video there.
has anybody commented on the Caverns 111 vid yet? Is that a horde? A tip? Future goal? Don't know any.
Gonna have to wait and see, I guess.
And I don't know, one other one that I want to comment on is Gamer Girl 53. Gamer Girl 93 got damn 53,
Yep, very cool to see.
which is yeah, cool to see a woman get 53. Uncommon.
Just a few years late for the bounty incentive, but
Yeah.
still great to see.
She doesn't I bet she doesn't even know that the bounty was there.
Oh, of course not.
And PD's been messed up too. Like the top there's a big battle in like the top 7 now. It's not even top 10. There's what is it?
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Light, Ricky, Kev B, I mean, Paulie's been pretty quiet this month, so he's out there, but it's
Yep. You never know what Swiss is doing either, so
Swiss is quiet. Yeah, you never know.
you never know what video he might have forgot to post or whatever at any point in time.
or yeah, posted the video public on YouTube, but didn't post the time to the rankings.
Yep.
But yeah, Swiss isn't even top 10 anymore. He's just got to go and fill in one of those NAs.
I think I'll get it back without doing that, but
He's just mad enough to do that.
oh yeah.
But looking, I scrolled through the perfect dark world records as well. We had MDC got his first world record, Chicago, first perfect dark world record, I should say, with Chicago 25.
Yep, yeah, I think he cleaned up the leaderboard there too.
Oh, is that what it did as well? I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
So,
I think that I'm pretty sure he was the one to do it.
right, so you'd need, what, 15, 25, 26 for leaderboards there now.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
That makes... I
Yep.
think that... Yeah, no, he did. You're right. Cleaned it up. He did 291. So that's very good work by MDC. Dr. Light got in there with the same. But Alu Villa 101, which is that's like 2 year or 18-month ace untied that got slayed.
Yeah, it's always good to see Elu playing and getting some insane records out of nowhere. You just never know what level is gonna go into his mind, and he'll end up playing and getting the record.
We've got Ricky with Carrington Institute 45, which seems to be a decent world record. There's only 6 people. I mean, all of them on Perfect Dark are pretty limited at the moment. They're only 2 liners, right? All the
Nothing outlandish with like. Is anything even? Oh yeah, besides Defection 5, nothing's too clumped.
Nothing's
and
super.
Chicago SA.
Yeah. But Yendis's, I've missed Yendis's comment there about it's all the carbonation and cinnamon buns driving Alu to insane times.
Yep. The sugar and carbonation levels are on point, I guess.
And a couple of other Perfect Dark things that kind of stuck out for me was Deep Darkness finally got his Chicago 15. He's been chasing that for years. Boatman on Deep Sea has got some pretty solid 80 pointers across the board. But I mean, you can't talk about PD in the last month without talking about Ace, because that's just gone and continued this insane run that's been going on. So like, well, who knows what's going to happen to G5 in the next week because of the Harry strat, but Ace had already untied SA and PA.
Yeah, I'm hoping somebody sneaks in like a agent world record with a strat real quick before Ace unties it, or whoever gets it.
Someone else can get in there first and get the low-hanging fruit. Well, there was an Ace Corp announcement on the forums yesterday, or last night, my time, that Ace apparently isn't playing it. But just before I kicked off stream, I saw that Clem was already streaming attempts on G5. So one third of the Ace Corp comments already false.
I think Clem said Ace was playing too, and he got 2 opens in 4 hours, so hopefully that strat can get a little more consistent.
Well, JD said that he was getting it like one every 20 minutes or so. So, it should be a little bit more reasonable at that point.
Yep.
But I mean, other stuff, I'm looking across Ace's time. He slayed a 3.5 year untied with Jez's Deep Sea PA 302.
Yeah, I don't think that was going to be untied anytime soon, but
no,
I mean, slayed, but Ace just went in there and got it real quick.
It certainly wasn't on my radar. I mean, because Flickr got some cooked Deep Sea time last year, and that was still multiple seconds away. Or did it get Flickr got 305, which was like a solo 97 pointer, and that was still 3 seconds behind 302. So it wasn't something that I had my eye on for somebody going to pick up.
Yeah, what's insane is he gets 254 on essay and untied pretty much the next day.
Yeah, clearly just cooking up good starts.
Yeah.
And I mean, 254. I was watching some of Lake Demon streams, so I guess I knew that 254 was out there for a good player based on that. But yeah, that untired, and then 225 on Agent to complete the 300 sweep. I don't know what's Axe's world record count PD at the moment. It must be insane.
Yeah, it's nutty.
Is it 35?
Yeah,
With
let's see if he gets back up to 40.
like it's which means it's more uncommon for him to not have the world record than to have the world record. It's
Exactly. I wish I could remember his count when I joined the GoldenEye rankings, because I think it was in like 44, 46 maybe. That's just incredible.
yeah. So he's also got Crash Site 114, which puts him 30 odd points clear of Carl, which is just Carl's times page looked a bit untouchable for a little while there. And
Yeah, it looked pretty strong, but Ace kind of blew by it, and he's got a well over 100-point lead.
and that's even without going to touch, CIPA, which the Ace has got a 70 something pointer on. So
Yeah,
it's not quite as bad as Swiss's two
I believe
NAs for
Crash
top
Site
10.
as well's a 70-pointer, 78-pointer for Ace.
Oh, okay, on PA.
That's obviously not an Ace point total there.
No. I mean, you got to, or you don't got to, but it's probably got to be looking at the out of bounds strat there, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does. Who knows? G5 might completely distract him from it. Just forget.
So, is there anything else that has been happening across the community in the last sort of month or so that you've had your eye on?
I don't know. Nothing's sticking out in my mind right now. Oh, duh. The match play.
I'd forgotten about that myself. Yeah, that's been good fun.
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying
great.
that.
All the great moments like Sammy taking out the data thief, JD and Alka both failing the mind throw and having to get the key.
That Surface 2 was so insane. I loved it.
Not to mention the overtimes and all the other great moments in there.
Just the fact I just love that JD had paused but not quit out, so he was able to go and clutch the run with like a 140 something.
Yeah, it was great.
But yeah, I've really been enjoying that aspect of it, where it's like you need to suck it up and just run the run out anyway. So we're seeing players in all kinds of situations that you never would normally. You normally reset. Normally reset level, or even an RTA attempt, you'd reset if you got stuck in some of those situations. But no, because of the kind of format, you're forced to keep going through, which is making for some fun situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve's in chat saying hopes it becomes a regular thing. I see no reason why we shouldn't make it a regular thing. Like it's not much admin effort on my side on keeping it up. I just update the bracket, really.
Yeah, it seems pretty low effort compared to League, even though I think everything but maybe even bonus points were automated in the last one. I don't remember.
No, I think Sharp had to manually calculate
I remember.
bonus.
Yeah, now you jogged my memory there. But yeah, it's low effort. All it takes is the two players to coordinate their match, and
Exactly, and
good to go.
I was kind of worried that it might take too long to run each round, but people have been keen to run their matches, so I haven't had to time anybody out or anything like that. Yeah, I think I'd be keen to see one for PD as well. It'd be good fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen soon. And I'm sure it'll be just as great. But that exhibition they did on the Elite Gaming was great. The layout,
Yeah, it was really good.
the commentary, it was fun to watch.
PD,
I hope we get that going for the GE like finals.
yeah, we should definitely have a look at doing that, and should even get Spicy's talked about doing some commentary for it, which would be cool.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because yeah, a good way to kind of promote what's going on. But I think PD's got some real good opportunities there because there's different. I guess there's just more strategy variation in PD potentially than even GoldenEye. So yeah, I think PD could be good fun. The only limitation that I see is like GoldenEye is an easier game to pick up and play, like for brand new players. Like,
Yeah,
I'd be
that is one thing.
I'd be a little intimidated trying to have a go at a PD agent run, for example, as a as a
Yeah,
dumb
maybe the
GoldenEye player.
bracket will be slightly smaller, but I'm sure it'll still be great.
It's a good time to roll out the old Samo quote. I'm take me back to GE. I'm too dumb for PD.
The classic quote.
But yeah, no, I'd forgotten about that. Forgotten about the match cup. It's getting towards the business end there now too. I think we got. I think we're up to.
Loser semis, I believe.
Yeah. So what do we got left? Yeah, it loses. Let's not modify this shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
loses semi with Yendis versus Samo, and winners semi with Dusky versus Hot Coldman. So getting serious. We should actually really look at that restream onto the Elite server.
Yeah, it'd be good to get the. It'd be nice to have all those matches on there, but if we can just get like two of them, that'd be great.
And originally, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking like the cross time zone thing was really going to mean that we were going to have to do most of the matches the way that kind of me and B Down played it, where he played his bit and then 12 hours later or whatever, I played my bit, and then another 2 days later, B Down came back and did the return. But like most players have been able to coordinate a time, which has worked out well. The only concern that I have about that kind of long term is that we're obviously in the weird situation, the weird quarantine situation, which is forcing people to be home a little bit more than they might otherwise be. So whether that's making it easier to coordinate time, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one, I guess. If it still can be done with such ease as this one seemingly has been.
Yeah, and maybe it just means we need to give it a little bit more time. Yeah, give it two. I
Yeah,
originally
definitely.
started it when I'd started it to give us 2 months to run because I was thinking that it was going to take a little bit longer to run each round, and I was planning on having it done by end of May so that league kicks off in June. But like you said, we're already up to losers semis. There's only a handful of matches left, really, so it's gone through really quick.
Yep.
But yeah, that's I completely forgot about that. I'm sure chat would have reminded us anyway.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they would have been all over. Oh, you didn't even bring up the match play, and you're the one who posted it, the thread about it and everything, running the bracket.
So, I guess I want to talk a bit more about you now rather than the community.
All right.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you originally found GoldenEye? How you got into it?
Oh, all right. Well, I first played it when I was 5,
Yeah.
and I just like mostly played multi with my brother and his friends after school, and it was a fun time.
Five's a bit young to be running around holding guns, isn't it?
You could definitely say that. Especially my brother's 7 years older than me, so that's a pretty big
Decent age gap.
you
Yep.
know 5 and 12/13 is like a big difference there. But it was still fun to play a game with him and his friend.
And then so if they're 5 years older, are they destroying you at multi, or how are you going? Do you remember?
I was probably doing the worst, but I wasn't like useless.
Yep.
It wasn't like playing against somebody running into a wall.
And do you remember? I'm guessing you were probably playing 1.1 at the time. Most people
I'm
did.
sure it was. I'm
Yeah.
sure it was.
And then so that's how you kind of started out with it originally. Did you come back to it later, or did you continue playing that all the way kind of through?
No, I played it like you see it at like a random meetup with friends or something, and you play a little bit of multi here and there.
Yep. And so did you? I guess how did you pick it back up? Was it through wanting to find? Was it through finding speedrunning or anything like that, or was it just wanting to? You just
Well, I saw the way I got into the speedrunning of GoldenEye was I saw Goose streaming Bunker One Double O Agent
those
in
infamous streams.
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw a timer, and I think it was at 30 hours at the time, and I was like, huh, this looks kind of more serious than some of the other speedruns I've been watching. I'm gonna have to watch this a little bit. So I just lurked, got in, picked up some of the stuff. Didn't really have interest in playing yet. And then I was like, I kind of like watching this. So I popped into Jimbo or Alex and Lockwood streams, and then that made me really want to pick up the game and play. But I didn't get it until like 7 or 8 months after I first watched a stream of it.
Yep.
Because who knows what happened to the game over the years, but I didn't own it anymore.
Often happens with the older consoles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So before that, were you watching lots of speedrun type streams, and how did
Just a
you?
little bit.
Yeah.
Like I first started watching Twitch on the Xbox 360 app, so I just go through the directory and see what games people were playing, and I just kind of gravitated to most of the old ones because I was like, wow, people still play these and take these seriously like this. Kind of interested, piqued my interest a bit.
Yep. And do you remember any other games that you were kind of watching at the time?
I'd watch like Super Metroid, Super Mario 64. Most of the staples, I'd say.
Yeah, cool. Oh, hang on, I've stepped away from the mic for a second. So you sort of started watching all of these Goose and Jimbo streams. You said Alex as well. I guess he was probably pretty active around that time. And
Yep.
then you taken a few months, eventually found yourself with a copy of the game. How did you feel when you picked the game up? Like what kind of, you started about 2014, early
Yeah,
2014?
early 2014. Like I got a cart late January, I think. And it's funny because before I started, I had two goals: the Archives Agent World Record and a good train time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
It's what was it about those two that
all
looked
it was
interesting before you?
about Archives is it's the shortest level. I thought it'd be the easiest. It
Okay.
wasn't.
I mean, that knowing where your times page is now, that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I had to get the record twice.
So how did Back in 2014, when you first started, what were the kind of resources like around the community to help you get started, or were you dropping it on streams and asking questions, or was there stuff around the forums? How did you kind of originally get
There,
in, start learning that way?
there's a little bit of information on the forums, and if you just watch enough streams back then, you'd pick some stuff up. Like, you can ask questions if you want, but if you just pay attention, everything will get brought up eventually, and you'll just be good to go. Like, I remember getting into it. I knew Damn had to be played on full screen. Like, that would always come up when you
Yep.
saw somebody playing Damn on stream. So a bunch of little things like that just picked up through watching stream. But
And
there
so,
weren't like tutorials or anything back then, so it was
yeah,
a little harder to get going.
I can see Wally's in chat asking where's the good train time.
Yeah, I was about to say, Wally, only got 1 out of 2 of those gold because I was like, oh, this doesn't look completely optimized. At the time, the record was 58. I was like, and I noticed the record on NTSC was 100 by Clemens. I was like, why is there that discrepancy between them? It doesn't seem like it'd be that big of a difference. Why is he worse than Mark?
Yep.
Little did I know. The laser's awful on English, so good luck with that.
Yeah. It's yeah, just the lazy 90 pointer, like 92 pointer or whatever you've got on your times page. Yeah, where's the good train time? Thanks, Wally.
Oh yeah, I forgot to post in chat the first Elite related video I ever saw. I'll get a link of that real quick.
Yeah, if you want to share a video, yeah.
Some random Jimbo multi video I saw like way back in the day. Thought it was pretty funny. I saw it in like the computer lab at school too, because some of my friends, we were talking like, I wonder if anybody still takes GoldenEye multiplayer seriously. Because we were playing like Halo or Call of Duty at the time or whatever,
Yep.
and we found that Jimbo video. So
It's uploaded in 240p.
luckily the school firewall was down, so gotta watch that one.
Upload date on this is March 20, 2007. This is so like mid 2000s internet.
Oh yeah.
I've not seen this before. This is great.
Yep, it's classic Jimbo too.
He's obviously screen cheating with
a
that.
little bit of overconfidence, but he was a top multiplayer back then for sure. No doubt about it.
Obviously, some screen cheating with the grenade launcher kill.
Yeah, you can't not screen cheat though, so like.
Oh, gee. I got no idea. This is. I forgot the dual kill. I forgot that you could have the cheats on in multiplayer, like the paintball mode and stuff.
Yeah, you got to turn on the no radar cheat though every time.
Yeah, screen
Can't be
cheating
playing
only.
with that on.
Screen cheating only, no radar.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is like the type of video that you download from IRC or something. But who thought to record their multiplayer sessions to show them off?
I guess Jimbo did.
Jimbo.
I mean, he was already recording speedruns. He thought,
Yeah, why not?
might as well record that. He definitely thought he was the best at it at one point, so might as well show it off.
Just watching this kill at the top of the bunker. Trying to work out which one is Jimbo. He's pretty much always
one.
He's pretty much always the top player, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was a stickler for the top screen.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'll have to. Wonder, so? How did you come across that then? Was that just through the old forum posts or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably just Googled like GoldenEye multiplayer, best GoldenEye multiplayer or something, and
And Jimbo
good old
comes
Jimbo
up.
popped up.
Looking back on your times page, back to when you kind of started, there's times like Runway 23 and stuff like that. I'm guessing they were still worth points when you started.
Yeah, it was a solid 60-pointer.
Oh, shit.
I know Runway SA was 95 points when I got it.
Yep.
Runway SA 23. So, yeah.
Games moved a lot, even in that. Some people might consider
sure.
you a newer player, but I guess you've been around for a decent time now since.
Yeah, I guess so. 6 years. So that's pretty good these days. Not many people that started in 2014 are still around.
Yeah, is there anyone that sort of started around a similar time as you that you remember that isn't around these days?
Oh, there's tons. Like almost too many to remember, really. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you who has like an unspoken rivalry with, and I think he kind of felt it too at the time. Is the current GoldenEye proof moderator.
Okay.
Alec
Yep.
Troubleclef. So
I always love hearing about these
and he was
rivalries.
Since I don't think that many people in here were around back then, Alec was a pretty big grinder.
Okay, yep.
So he was really hard to keep up with. He was doing better than me at the time.
Yep. At the moment, at least, both your colours are quite similar on the spectrum. Have they been your consistent rankings colours the whole way through?
Yeah, I've never changed mine. I'm not sure about.
So did
Alec,
that
I don't
did
believe
that
he did.
add any flavour to the rivalry, both being in the purple spectrum of things?
Who knows? It might have.
Being top 10, and I think Alec posted his first PB last week for about 2 years.
Yeah. I think in the head-to-head now, he only has one time on me, and I'm gonna have to change that.
Is that his solo 102 or what's?
It is the Silo 102.
Yeah, which is
with
a good time.
Heart rate untied too, I think.
What does it spike to?
I want to say 183, but it was probably 173.
Yeah. That's I reckon my heart in the Aztec 00 events, first time I ever made that, was probably in that sort of 180 range.
Yeah. What's crazy is I've been playing since 2014, and I didn't even beat every level in the game until whenever I got my Jungle 00 PB, which, what year was that? I want to say 2018, but...
Yeah, June 2018.
Yeah, so I've been playing that long and I never even beat the game.
So you just got lucky and your cartridges were unlocked when you got them?
Yeah, my English cart was unlocked. I remember the settings on it too. I don't remember the control style 1.1 or 1.2, but I remember it being on no music, cinema 16:9. So I was like, did this guy who had this cart before me watch Goose or something?
Yeah, yes. The Goose Strats, 16 by 9. Very nice. Maybe they were playing
Yeah,
it on a flat screen TV.
that was probably the case.
And then, so had you got a Japanese cart before then? Was that unlocked as well when you picked one up?
It was unlocked till Aztec and
Okay.
didn't need Egypt, so
Yep. So it's good enough.
got got really lucky, I guess. My pal that I got recently was unlocked too, so
Oh,
there's another
you
win.
completely lucked out. I
Yeah.
my English and Japanese carts were both only had dam completed. Like
Wow.
dam on agent, so I had to unlock the whole game on both of them.
Yeah, I can't even imagine playing Caverns 00 on English or PAL. Even casually, just seems awful.
It's not so bad to get like a 5 or 6 minute completion when you know the exploits over the side of the rail and that type of stuff. You just gotta use the rail exploits and you're okay. But yeah, no body armor. I've got no idea how anybody speedran that before they discovered that the body
There's
armor
a
was.
reason 3 minutes was points until like a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just have to go slow. I couldn't deal with it. So when you came, I'm guessing when you started out, I'm guessing you started with 1.2 at that stage. It was way that was well known by 2014 that 1.2 was significantly better.
Oh yeah, when I got started, I knew 1.2 you had to play at 1.1. You're just handicapping yourself a little bit,
But you're well
more
known.
than a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to see the video of Goose's thumb ever again.
Yeah,
You're well known as a proficient 2.x player though. So when did that start to come into your repertoire?
let's see. The first 2.x PR world record slash PR I got was Surface 102. That
Okay.
was the first world record I was proud of too. I mean, I
Yep.
was proud of 16, but like I was like, wow, I got a time that wasn't the boring four.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do something great in this game. What's funny about 2.x is I hated the idea of 2.x before actually playing it. I
Oh, really?
was like, oh, this is so stupid. You can just get a 3.35 or whatever by just using two controllers. This is dumb. And then now I'm one of the biggest users of it, which is funny.
And so, how did you feel with it at first? Did it feel immediately comfortable to you? Did you have to work and develop that?
It was pretty easy to get into. Like I dropped strafe a little bit since on Surface One you got to play it manual if you want to get any of the time saved with a
Yes.
crouch at the end. So it took a little bit. Like I remember trying it before because Randy Bukema was playing it and I saw he got it with it. I was like, maybe I can do that too. I'll give it another shot, and just worked out. I didn't plan on using it on like any other levels, but when it really got going was when I went for my first Untied because I didn't use it to get 148 on Surface One, but I
Yep.
was like, I gotta really learn this now because I can't just be playing for that better luck. At the time, I thought might as well take every little advantage I can get, so I have no complaints.
So that was the point where, and that To be honest, that looks like it came pretty early into your career, like your GoldenEye career. There's only about 2 years
Yeah,
after you,
about 2 years later.
which is pretty insane. So did you know that that time was there, like the Surface One Secret Agent 147?
Oh yeah, for sure. My first 148 on essay is pretty damn low. I had a bad safe, I think it was, on the
Yep.
run, and I knew with 2.x it was surely possible. And any run I've seen that's possible so far, I've been able to get, or at least confirm it's possible. So
Yeah, right. So I actually haven't watched those runs in detail. Is there any? Was it just the 2.x start and cleaning up the rest of the run that made the 147 possible, or was there more stuff you had to find to kind of push it that last little bit?
I didn't really have to. It was mostly just playing better, and the GoldenEye, the grenade launcher boost. Like Goose brought those back when he went for 148. Not everybody did like all the ones on the straight. They just did the pit boost and stuff mostly
Yep.
for some reason. And what's funny is Carl did those like before look down was a thing. He did used all the grenade launcher boosts, which was pretty funny to see. Like in that speed lore, you see some little things like that.
Yeah, like there's no look down. Any no look down run just looks wacky these days. But
Yeah, and he was using all the grenade launcher boosts,
yep.
which people didn't start using it till Goose really again. So
Interesting. And so, like, in terms of your setup for 2.4, do you just freeball with both of them, or do you have them taped together, or how do you set up to feel comfortable?
I just free ball it on one on each leg, so
Yeah.
it's pretty comfortable, I'd say. Like I know a lot of people get hand pain from facility, and with that, I didn't really experience any. If anything, my thumbs felt better after playing a session of facility than like if I played I don't know, like say archives or something on 1.2, like back in the day.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Luke yesterday, actually, like where you just you hold the controller with 1.2, you hold the C buttons so tight, and as you get into a run, you might even be tempted to hold them tighter, and so you start getting this, hand and wrist pain just from
Yeah,
the intensity of
that's a
that.
that's a real thing on Surface One like, essay. I'd get a like I do I do 1.2 grip weird. My right index is on C up and C right, so it really dig into there on the long straights when you tense up or whatever
Okay, are you
on a
playing
run.
like keyboard style?
No, it's like its own thing. It's called Glenn Stevens was the first one to do it. There's a
Right.
video of how he does it. It's just wouldn't recommend it. It'll mangle your right index when you're just learn alien or keyboard
Right.
or 2.x.
2.x sounds like a better deal.
Yeah, the thing is about 2.x is like I thought if you were to make start out a player, you'd start him if it was like a race for somebody to get like Archive 16 first, or say insert good time here,
Yep.
you just throw them straight at that because they're more used to dual sticks than how 1.2 will play really. I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
what am I doing with my thumb, Wally? I use it on C left and A and B.
So, had you spent much time with other, dual stick FPS things to have that kind of translate over, or?
I guess I don't think it really helped too much, but maybe it did. It could have
Yep.
because your movement in this one, since you're used to aiming with the left instead of the right, like on a traditional game these days, It's a little different, but you pick it up pretty quick, I guess. No, I can hardly no problem, Wally. I actually didn't use a tape or anything either.
It's they're quite forward looking. The actually having the 2.x control styles in the game. I
Yeah,
remember finding them back in the day, and at least trying to play the game with my brothers. So like we'd hold one controller each, because didn't really know that they were intended for one player to use both controllers.
yeah, that's cool. I didn't even know about it back then, even though it's in the little one of the little demo screens. He switches to it on Bunker One.
Yeah. Oh, you got to turn the game on and watch it, not just skip straight into the game to get it, I guess.
Oh yeah,
But if I'm going back into your initial goals when you got into the game was to get the Archives world record and some sick train times. So you got Archives. How did that kind of feel when you got Archives 16?
oh, it felt pretty good. What sucked is I had to dupe it
Yeah.
because I wasn't recording at the time.
I know.
Because back in the day, I used to stream all my runs, which is kind of funny because I don't stream at all now.
Yep.
But I'd warm up for like 20 or 30 minutes before, and I got it in the warm up.
uh, so do you have to turn stream on and then start going for dupe attempts?
Oh, yeah.
So how was I can't even imagine the frustration at having to dupe a time like that you worked for. Did you feel like you had to work really hard to get it again, or did it come reasonably easily?
It took longer than it should have, honestly. It probably took like 12 hours to dupe, which is, isn't great, really. But it was probably more the mental side.
Yep. And that's easily before your Surface One run, so that's still to the 1.2 strat. Was the 2.x start or the 2.4 start, was that known back then?
It was, but everybody thought it was too insane because nobody played 2.x
Nobody was really comfortable with
on
it.
a complicated level like that. And then Wotus just decided to try it one day. I think he had Game Shark timer on, and he got a run close to the glass with that showed 15 is really doable.
Right.
And everybody was like, wow, it actually is doable. He got it like his first day of trying it, I think,
Yep.
like a closest run. So everybody's like, this is a real thing on this level.
And did you at any point between that was sort of like 2015, 2016 when he started doing those attempts?
Yeah, I think it was 2015 he first messed around with it.
Yeah.
Wasn't too serious, I don't think. Maybe just kept it in the back of his mind that he could get that.
And did 15 ever start attracting you at a certain point throughout that, or?
It was after I got a Surface One, actually. I tried Archives. I was like, what else can I use this on?
Yeah.
So I gave it a try on that. I got a 15 fail kind of quickly. Who knows how legit it was? I didn't save it,
Yep.
but still, I knew it was doable because the run wasn't perfect or anything. But 15 was never really my goal. I wanted Archives 53s because I was like, oh, that's a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
And I was playing for it. There was a PA meet coming up, and I really wanted to get it before it and just like drop it randomly during the meet. I thought it'd be kind of funny to see people's reactions,
Yep.
but just wasn't to be. I got a few fails and played pretty hard. It just didn't happen.
When was this meet?
It was late August 2016, I think.
Okay. So
And what
keep going. Sorry.
And I started archives a little bit before that, so
And I'm just looking here. That was kind of, it was December 2017 when the 53s kind of finally happened.
yeah,
So
so it happened a year and a half pretty much after the first fail, which is kind of crazy.
and so I didn't quite realize that you'd been playing for them for that long. Like, was it active throughout that whole time, or you just the kind of level that you drop in on every now and then?
Yeah, I didn't go super hard on it. I'd only play it for like an hour at a time, which unfortunately you're kind of not going to get anywhere
Yep.
doing that. Even though I got some really good runs, honestly, I feel like I was getting better pace runs then than when I actually got the time, which is funny.
And this is also about the same time where Carl is going madman over the whole GoldenEye ranks, right?
Yeah,
So are you
yeah.
worried that he's going to come in and snipe your 53s?
I was a little worried, but I started playing a little before that because I knew he was. I saw him get a few 15 fails, so I was like, "Oh, that's gonna happen." And of course, he's gonna go for a sweep. Who wouldn't?
Yes.
So I just buckled down, got him pretty quickly during that grind, but
Yep. But years of effort to get there.
it the first one on double O felt really good at the time. I remember, and then I got essay the next day. I know they're like 2 days apart on the ranks. I must have posted it at like midnight or something.
Yep.
So it says the next day, but I mean 2 days apart. But
Next
yeah,
day.
that one
Next
did
day in Gus time.
that one. That one I actually streamed, and only Birdie and whoever the hell Birdie Bop is was in the chat. So, so they saw that, and Birdie was great, and
And I
glad he
mean,
got to see that. And I was glad he got to see that. But I didn't feel like anything after it because like you get two of them so close together, like that's not supposed to happen, even though it's the same level pretty much.
and Carl's got a bit of this. Well, I'm just trying to think about what's the right way of saying this. Carl's won a few of these kind of gold rush things, right? Like with Streets 111, for example, where
Oh
there's
yeah,
there's a time.
He got into that race late too. He was like, doing kind of classic Carl thing. He was like, "Huh, people aren't playing this right." And then he figured out what they weren't doing right, and it was the bounce boost for the health.
Yeah, right.
And he got it quickly, and then like Ilu got it, I think, a day or two after, which showed how close he was because Ilu was really close. Austin was really close. I think Jez was grinding for it.
Yep.
But yeah, Carl's just a very smart and talented player.
So I guess the point that I guess I'm trying to make is you must be pretty proud to have effectively beaten Carl to the untied in one of these races where he's got that kind of history of being able to come in and do it.
Yeah, it felt good. We'll get back to how losing to him felt too.
Which one did you lose, do you feel?
Uh, Depot 0046.
Oh, yes, okay.
I got into that one a little late, but he got into it even later, and he just caked it
Yeah.
because he used a smarter strategy, and he just, what can you say? He clutched it.
Yep. Because I'm not sure whether I'm remembering this right, but I might have heard that you had some struggle with getting 39 on essay, for example.
No, I did not. I got that
Look at that really easily.
in like 3 or 4 hours.
Okay. I'm completely wrong there. Maybe no struggle was what I heard. And then so
But 46 was a struggle.
46 was a struggle, right? And so was that we had you spent long playing for that? Like you knew that the 46 was out there, I guess it had been known for a
Yeah,
long time because
I I did.
Goose had got his 39 and nobody had untied 46 yet.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to check something real quick to see if
No worries.
Carl tied one of my 53s at the time yet. Yeah, he hadn't yet, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can get 3 untieds at once. That'd be great."
Yep.
And then he swooped in and just got it, which was probably the only time I was remotely salty at somebody getting a time.
Really? Okay.
I
Because,
also felt I was playing like some of my best GoldenEye ever at that time too. So
yep, just didn't get the run together.
yep, just didn't get the one thing to work out, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. Had you had any 46 fails or
Oh,
46 paces into
tons,
train type thing? Yeah.
tons. I remember, Goose was playing for it as well, obviously, and
Yep.
I watched him. Like he had very good mainframe rooms, but it took him like 20 or 30 hours or more to get decent at the ammo dump.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I can beat him to this. I can definitely beat him to this. And I started. I think he had like 7 or 8 legit fails, which is very respectable. It's very hard to pace that with
Yeah.
the strategy he was using. But I got more than that in one session.
Okay.
So I was like, come on, this has got to
Gotta
happen.
happen. Yep.
So I played like at least 3 hours every day. It just didn't. And that's like the only time I've really done that with those like 3 hour or more sessions consecutively.
Yep. You're generally not a heavy kind of player in your sort of start.
I'll probably play like I could play like every day of the week, but it'll be between an hour and 2 hours.
Yep. Little bits
So
here and there.
3 to like 6 or 7 hours is just a overkill, I guess I'd say.
Yeah, I don't know how people can play for that long. I
I
don't.
don't either, but I respect it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I don't have the stamina to last that long. Like even watching
Yeah,
these guys
another thing about
streams.
Carl, I remember him playing for Bunker 16 and he did like 2 or 3 10-plus hour sessions of it. I was just don't know how anybody has the mental fortitude to play a horrible level like that long.
Yeah, absolutely. Power to you if you can do that. So,
Oh yeah, I missed something about 15 though.
oh,
About
go for it.
another thing with a PA meet. We just got the Game Shark timer on and I got a 2 boost run, but I choked the glass and it would have easily been a 15. The first 15 would have been unrecorded and at a
Oh,
meet with a Game Shark timer on.
oh, no, that would have been that would have been something.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have definitely been a cool elite story there.
That was Berg was kind of similar with Runway 21. Like he had the you would think he was using Ted's timer ROM rather than on the um on not the Game Shark, the well, I can't even think, the Flash cart. And he got a 20 Everdrive. Thank you, Wally. Um, uh, and he got like a 21, he got like a 22.2 with one missed boost. So he knew that it was there. And that was the point where he switched over and started doing real attempts on a real cartridge. So yeah, like imagine if he'd actually hit that last boost and
Yeah,
got the 21
that would have
point.
been a
No,
little bittersweet for sure, but
like
still.
I guess sometimes it's positive to see that as well because you at least you know that the time is possible at that point. Helps
Yeah, and
helps.
also even if he did get it like that, I still think that would be a good feeling knowing that you did get it, even like say you never ever duped it.
Yeah,
You still know you got it. Like, it's not in the rankings, big deal. The rankings aren't everything.
no,
But it's always nice for every legit run done in history to be on there.
yep. So I'm just trying to think through it. The 147 that you got. It still isn't a multi-way tied time. Like it's only really ever been tied by a handful of people. I think is it who else has got Surface 147? I think it's
It's just Wotus and I at the moment.
yeah, which is it's crazy time. So where do you feel like you are at that point? Like you've progressed pretty deep into the ranks. Are you starting to think about top 10 at that sort of time, or what are you thinking about?
Uh, let's see. Top 10 didn't really cross my mind until 2017. I just saw it was doable. I was never somebody to just play for PRs.
Yep.
And then I don't know, I think it was B2 leaderboard and I was like, "Oh, I'll keep doing this." I got frigate times and I was like, "Oh, I got those out of the way. This won't be that bad." So I just picked away at it over 2019 and it happened.
It's kind of happened, yeah.
It was, I'll be honest, it was a little tougher than I thought. I would definitely have, I always had respect for a full times page, but I definitely got a little more respect for it.
Yep. Is there any levels that you really don't want to ever play again after completing your times page out like that?
Well, the levels I don't like, I am going to have to play again.
Which sucks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Egypt's not that bad, but I don't know. I just kind of forced myself to do that instead of actually enjoying it. Agent's good. I was just so bad at the third Baron. I don't know why. Essay. I luckily caked 46 on double O, but yeah, those aren't going to cut it anymore either. 45s are definitely needed these days.
Yep.
I actually hit the warp on my double O and missed the first shot and shot another one at him.
Oh, so it's 46 with two shots at the first Baron.
Yeah. Yeah.
That,
Yeah, I don't disagree with runway 34 being that bad, Wally. It's just gotta learn the Arlene's, really. I
gotta
mean,
learn.
a bunch of people have it, so even if it is hard for me, I can still do it, I guess.
And what other levels are you not looking forward to then?
Uh, Surface 2, Agent, and SA. Agent probably won't be that bad, honestly. SA, it's Arlene or bust these days. I think you're wasting your time with any other strat if you want a long-term PV, so
Yep.
even if you get like 48 or 49, like that's gonna be better than most for a while. It's
Yep. You don't strictly need the 47. Just as long as it's an R lane complete, it'll be fast enough to hold.
yeah, for sure.
And is there any other areas that any other levels that you are looking forward to going back to then?
Yeah, there are a couple. Uh, Cavs double O, I have unfinished business. I should add the at least 130 as a world record, but it just didn't happen. But it's still out there and doable for me.
Yep.
And
And
let me see what
I saw the
other
video
levels.
that you posted. I didn't know that you'd got the 129 fail while that was still an
Yeah,
untied.
and what sucks is that was probably just my fault. I missed the spec lure.
Oh, right. So it was a site. Yeah. Okay. So
I
it's
mean,
a fully legit fail.
yeah, I had a few 130 like B or E fails too.
Yep.
One of them, the mine duds on like the other B console, the one you throw the mine on,
Yep.
just duds, never blows up.
Yeah, that's part of the way that the Japanese version handles lag, I think.
I actually messed with Statute 217 a month or so ago, Craig,
Yep.
and I don't know, I just couldn't get the good starts going. I got a 218 a few 218 fails, but I don't know. I'm just missing something there, and I hope somebody else gets it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you'd
Definitely
have
want
to
to see
be
somebody
happy
get their
with.
first untied, whether it's Brent or Sammy or some new player or something.
You'd have to be happy with the sweep that you got there last year, the 218s, like particularly Agent that hadn't
Yeah,
been
definitely.
tied.
I think I had a list of goal times written down, and those were 219, 219, 220. So kind of overshot those.
Yeah, just a touch.
And the 218 skip on Agent was definitely something. I know the people had the good lists of their best times or whatever. I don't really have one that stands out to me. I think all my good times are pretty much the same.
Luke, we haven't talked about Depot 38 yet. How do you feel about how do you feel about 38, Gus? Do you think something like that's out there?
Oh, it's for sure out there. I got a few legit fails, and it's just kind of annoying grinding out boost lock with a mainframe complete, but it'll happen.
So
Be
that's
interesting if Bayard got it. Like that'd be pretty cool, but I hope to get it, of course. But I'm
Bayard.
taking a break on it because like, I don't know. I can't do the hut that well right now. I hate blaming controllers or sticks, like especially if you have good ones
Yep.
laying around. Like I could easily just switch and stop complaining about it. So I'll probably do that soon. But I actually was playing Depot Agent last night and happened to hit a warp and miss the train shot by a pixel
By
and
Yocto.
just didn't
Oof. Well,
just didn't kick 23, unfortunately, which would have been nice to have another 300-point stage.
yeah. Even if Bayard does come in and pop a 38 off shortly.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get 38 eventually, but
Yeah. So, and you think that that's basically what it is to get 38? It's just got to grind out that boost
yeah,
luck.
you need a clean 3 boost run minimum.
Yep. No, Bayard he's a guy who's basically like a depot specialist, Wally. He's got 46 double O 39 and duped 39, I don't know, about a dozen times, I think, on this point. He's Rakiath in Twitch
Yeah,
chat.
that's his Twitch name.
And the guy back in 2012, I think, was Stockson
Yep.
Eric B on the rankings. So, I mean, Charles Bayard, I know, was one of Samo's early PTR nemesis.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about it a few times.
So yeah, Bayard seems like an interesting character. He's a depot specialist, that's for sure. He knows what he's talking about there too. He's onto it.
Yeah, he does.
So it'd
Um,
be wild to see someone like that with an untied who's got like basically time. I think he's time ranked 100th or something, and points ranked in the 300s.
yeah, it'd definitely be crazy to see him get it. It's definitely possible, though. I know he said he's got fails and a bunch of dupes, so
Yeah, it's possible. I mean,
we
if you decide to get it, I'm
we,
sure that you're capable of it. So
we could see a CB there, a lone
CBGR,
CB.
GRCB.
Yeah, have to see what happens.
The I kind of got derailed a bit by Luke, but you mentioned a few levels that you are looking forward to go back to. There's Caverns Double O. Is there anything else? Anything else that you're looking forward to going
Uh,
back to?
Cavs essay too.
Cavs SA, yeah.
117's like, I know it's not a bad time or anything, but I'd say it's my worst time relative to my skill on that level.
Okay, yep.
And I don't know, nothing else springs to mind. I definitely need to fill out silo and jungle a little bit, and that'll get me close to the 5,400 point goal,
Which is
90
that's
point average.
yeah, which is a good goal. That's cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool achievement to be able to get there, particularly in this day and age.
And
Where there's
and
not.
yeah, for sure. And I don't really plan on pushing for points after that, but if Mark and Boss and stay active, fifth place is actually possible, which would be cool. But
And particularly, like they're going to have some times that bleed. Like they've got
oh
strong
yeah,
times pages in points, but Mark in
for
particular is going to
sure.
have some times that bleeds quite a few.
Any new players who get Depot 0049, bop them.
Yep.
Runway SA, the list goes on.
Yeah. So I mean, even without even just maintaining a strong times page and letting those other times bleed for the other players, you'll be able to get there, I guess.
Certainly possible if I keep playing, I guess.
And then you never know. Both of them are capable of coming back and just dropping a sick time somewhere and gaining something else too.
Oh, definitely. I mean, even if I did pass them, I feel like they're still better than me. But at the end of the day, you can't beat yourself up over other people not playing the game.
Yeah. And like you said, the rankings aren't
If you earn it, you earn it. That's
exactly.
how I feel about that.
It's the same as the end screen. Like if you got the time, you got the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who cares if it had a nasty stuck or back boost
Yeah.
or so forth?
I don't care that my damn 53 got two
Actually,
boosts.
I
It still
I
says
like getting
53.
a good run that looks sloppy because it shows how good you are on the level that you can make it look bad.
Yep. And so kind of getting towards the end of talking through your kind of times page, we haven't even got to 45 yet, which is obviously a cooked, deep fried time. How did you even think that was out there? Like, I'm not sure too many people were even thinking about it.
I think a few people had it on their Sylvester tips, but people are pretty hopeful there usually.
Yep.
But I don't know. I just was getting 45 pretty often. I was like, this is probably the easiest untied I can get. And I always wanted that redemption for not getting 46 as an untied, so just thought I'd go through. Finally get it.
And 45 looks like it'll hold longer than 46 anyway, so.
Uh, I'm not sure about that.
Dunno, okay.
In terms of like how long it took 46 to get slayed, I think that was just I don't know, like a bit odd. Like it was. I know Joris said it was overrated when he got it, and he's not wrong. It didn't. Saying a time deserves something is stupid, but like it didn't deserve to be untied that long.
Yep.
It wasn't a super strong untied.
Like
Even if
45,
it
like,
is a very good time. 46 is very good.
yeah. Is there even
But
a path to 44 though? Like to go lower than 45?
see, like my run should have been close to 44.
Oh,
It was
really?
actually but it wasn't. It was like a 45.7, I'd say.
Yep.
And I was one day, like when I first started playing it again, like I just switched from PAL back to JP, and I got a few 44 fails, and I feel like an idiot for not keeping one of them to see like if it was actually legit, because it was into the train and everything, not just a
Not just a
45
pause
pause
out.
at the
Yeah.
roller. Like those are, it's nice to see the pause at the roller, but you can never be 100% sure.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I got a few.
44's into the train.
Yeah, and I was getting 45 on like a back boost, like let's say 2-1 ratio,
Yep.
and then that just stopped happening for no reason. I don't know why. I think my sticks weren't getting like 100% full speed, or like on the control thing, like 1.2, 2.4, you can move around the sticks and see it.
Yes, yep.
And if I just left my stick there, you could see it wiggling for no reason.
Right.
So I guess it was broken. So who knows if I was even going
So
100% full speed on that run.
I'm just going to restate this back to you in mildly different terms. With a potentially broken stick, you can still go faster than anybody has ever been on that level.
Well, I was also using a better strat, I'd say, too, which helped quite a bit.
Too much modesty. Too much modesty.
I actually wanted to send the run to Goose because he planned on doing the Depot Double O speed lower soon, but Joris just got a Chicago 25 PA untied, so I was like, he's going to be hungry for a GE untied real soon, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
And that was one on his radar, so I'm not going to take any chances. And I'd also feel like a dick
Yes.
if he thought he got his first on GE untied
Yeah.
and he didn't. Like, I'd feel awful about that. I really would.
It'd be a cool reveal for one. If you knew that nobody else was playing for it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Would have definitely done something like that, but I couldn't slap somebody in the face like that. It's just not my style.
Goose has just popped up in chat with unholding somebody else's untied. That's well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's why I thought it would have been interesting. Everybody expected you, and you could have played it up like, "Oh, have I been playing?" Some BS like that, and you say, "Then I got this run," and you just play it up like you got it for something or something. Would have been interesting for sure, but it was not to be, unfortunately.
I think you made the right move there on
Yeah.
for Kimmy, for Joris's part, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So I'll let chat start to pop in any questions that they want to add. But I just is there any stories that you wanted to tell that we haven't got around to discussing yet?
Let's see. Nothing's coming to mind immediately.
I was talking to Ricky in VC yesterday. He wanted to know if you've been what your favorite JRPGs are. I think you said that you're quite a well-known
Uh,
player.
yeah, I do. I am a big fan of those, and my favorite is Suikoden 1 and 2 on just any PS1 RPG. Really, are my favorites. Can't go wrong. So much quality
Yeah.
and
Is
quantity.
is there a particular thing about the style about those era of games that make them more appealing?
I don't know. That's a good question. I just love the music. The story's like the same shit. Save the world, whatever. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Let's be honest. But, oh, that's a good question, Luke. But I don't know. I just played them when I was young and still enjoy them, I guess. But to answer Luke's question, what strat would I recommend someone to go for 39? I'd personally say my strat. I know I hate recommending my strats. I think it's ego related or whatever, but it's honestly the best, and you can get the pace with a back so easily. It's not that bad if you get the 4 shots on the mainframe. Because I
Yeah.
know
That's the thing that messes with my head. Actually,
Joris,
getting 4 shots, like out of the laggy environment, getting 4 shots into that
yeah.
mainframe
What
is
about
tough.
5 and a boost off of it? It's pretty good, Luke. If you got to kind of strafe into the metal crates on the way out, it helps with the odds. I felt that's a Gus tip, I guess.
Nothing wrong with a good
Because
Gus myth.
yeah, it'd be cool to see you get that. Cool to see more people play it because I do think it's not much harder than 40 was at the time.
And if you want it as world record, you probably better get it soon before
I'm
CB or
washed on
GR.
S1. Wally, I messed with it the other day. Not the other day, but like months ago, and I could barely get 148 pace.
Washed up, washed up.
What's funny is with the 146 is after I got 147, I knew it was possible, but I was like, oh, that's a 2020 time.
So
I always
Callie,
thought to myself, like, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
so Callie brought it true. Then it was what, February this year that he got it.
Yeah, great run ahead of its time. I'll be very interested in who ties that.
Carl was there with what's your favorite run on the rankings, and
Ooh, favorite run. Kelly's is up there. I haven't watched it that much, to be honest, but it's just so great, and I always wanted to see it happen. Train 56, of course. Silo 59. Ace's Caverns Double O records. 1.2, 129. That's crazy when I can like barely get 128 on double O. I mean, I've had 127 pace, but those are outliers.
yep.
And about the 38 Goose, it can happen. I got multiple legit fails, multiple 39 dupes. I just think I need to switch to a better stick to nail the hut again because it's having trouble for no reason. Future top 50 player, Wally. I think Colton Hinkle has a chance. I don't want to miss anybody's names. I'll feel kind of bad because there's so many good players these days. But I think he has 54s, got some decent Aztec times. It's just a solid player.
Yeah, Colton's been doing work.
Let's see,
Colton's been
who am I
doing
missing?
work.
I'm going to browse the ranks real quick to get a better answer for you there.
There was some hot competition for the top 100 there for a little while, but now Colton's definitely
Oh, yeah.
taken a step forward.
Yeah. I think Samo will be. He might be there at the end of the year.
Samo for top 50.
Yeah, I think he can do it for sure. Yendis, if he fills out his times page, for sure.
Definitely.
Let's see, who else do we got here? Will Zelliver, for sure.
Yeah, Will's definitely, yep, got potential.
Draft Dr. Light and League and see what happens. Yeah, there's just so many great players. Great upcoming talents I see.
Yeah, PD's really active in like the top kind of 15, and GoldenEye's really active in like the top 100 ish at the moment. Like that kind of range from, yeah, 100th through to 50th is pretty active.
My chat closed for some reason. Did we get any other good questions?
Yeah, we've got a few others popping in. Let's see. Paulie wants to know who screwed Brett.
Well, we all know Brett screwed Brett there, Paulie.
There
But
must be an inside joke there that I'm
I
missing out
see it.
on.
Yeah, wrestling joke, but I agree. Uh, BK, there's so many top 10 potential players. Like, who are we gonna see in GE? Like, I'm sure, Irie's taking a break. I'm sure he'll come back. maybe he won't. But Joris is certainly top 10 talent, no doubt about it.
Yep, definitely.
And Verbsky, I know he slowed down. I'm sure he's busy, but he can do it for sure. Timmy, very good player.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a
just even
bunch of
getting
others I'm missing too.
just anywhere in
Yeah,
that top 20 is tough.
Pogo started playing in. When did he start playing? I just looked
It's
at it. I was
kind of
talking about it with
middle
him.
of 2018, I think Pogo started.
Yeah, and he's already 17th. Very impressive.
Not
Being,
Carl, Luke
oh
wants
yeah,
to know if you speed run with your shoes on or off.
off.
Are you going to be a captain for this year's league?
No, I don't want to play PD, and I feel like I'd have to.
PD is the meta. PD is the meta for league. Definitely.
Well, your weaker games usually the meta, unless you can pump out a bunch of world records. You think?
True.
Who knows? We'll get to see what world records are worth soon. Could be strong this year. Never know.
Going to be pretty tough. Going to be pretty tough to to get many world records. They're all pushed a long way.
Favorite end cinema? That's a good one, Luke. It's
That
not
is a good
Aztec
one.
because the wing clips the ceiling there, but
Oh, does it?
yeah, check it out. I remember Luke pointed it out to somebody, and it was it's just ruined it. But let's see. I definitely regret not doing the. You can do some troll cinema stuff with the AR on caverns. You zoom into Bond's crotch and shit. I wanted to do it on a.
Oh, right.
I was gonna do a troll thumbnail with a circle and the arrow pointing to it for the record, but I was just so dumb with it that I forgot to do it.
Now,
Just instantly cut the cinema like I usually do. I definitely think watching cinema is cooler when you get a world record, but I'm just like, I gotta see if it's that. Screw it. Most of the time.
the now that is the
And
type of that's the type of thumbnail that can compete with Joris's thumbnail game, because Joris has like the
no,
best thumbnail game in the elite.
nobody can compete with that. But also shout outs to Dr. Light for carrying me to my first league victory last year, and him and Dildonius and Dusky making it so I barely had to play PD.
Dr. Light definitely did some good work. The other player I was really impressed with in league last year was Randy.
Randy always does pretty good in league. He gets motivated and just grinds.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess I was still new
He
and I wasn't
clearly likes
gets the competitive edge.
yeah, helping out his team. I think definitely motivates him.
Yeah.
Feels like he's contributing instead of just degenning, I guess.
Luke going meta. Remove one level from GoldenEye and add one.
Oh, that's easy for me, Luke. It's Surface 2 because I'm not good at Aztec at all, but I think getting good at that level would be interesting. And I'd add Extraction because I think SA and P are pretty interesting. And Agent's decent skill-wise too.
Yep. I just can't get those.
P2 SA is a good level, Harry, but I just can't be fucked to play PD enough to feel good on that level.
Those stairs on Extraction, they're just they're tough.
Luke with the cook questions. What's your favorite painting in Mario 64?
We need to invite Luke into this voice call. He can just start throwing the good ones out at you.
Oh, man. Gonna have to. I like Lethal Lava Lamp for some reason I always liked as a kid.
Yep.
The painting of it. I kind of like Jolly Roger Bay. The pirate. I think it's the pirate ship. Is it?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, I
was it
think
the
so.
bubbles? Yeah, it's the pirate ship with bubbles. I always like that one.
I actually have never completed a 120 star.
Neither have I.
I got a 70. I did a 70 star completion at some point, but I've never done 120 stars. So maybe it's something I should do.
I have no idea what happened to my cart, but the last time I saw it, I think it was on 116. So
Oh,
my
nearly
brother
there.
or my brother must have got close, I guess.
Yeah. And do you have a match play cup tip? Who do you think's going to win it? We're down to the final
I'd
four.
say the favorite's Dusky, but
Yep.
I'm definitely interested to see. Like we don't get to see a lot of Hot Cold Man, I guess, but
Yep.
I'm very impressed he made it to the winners finals.
Yep. He's been doing well. He's
And
I think he had to learn how to stream just for the cup.
yeah, I think Yandis showed he's a very good player in it, and Samo's RTA play and consistency it's brought him to loser semi. So very interesting.
Yeah, Samo's gone really deep. I was not surprised to see Samo do well because yeah, like you said, he's just played a ton of RTAs, so that consistency comes through.
Yep, and he's very good at backing up, and most people only play IL. Something BS happens, they just go up, pause. Nope, he's used to how to deal with that situation, so
He's got it.
he's strong in that format. I think if I played him, it could be close potentially.
Yep. Carl dropping in with, do you have a favorite Elite music video?
That's a good one. Mark's Train SA 123 springs to mind. That's another reason why I wanted to get a good train time. Like even before playing the game, I just thought that was
What was the song that he used on
incredible.
that one?
It's Keep Me Hanging On by
Oh yeah, that's right.
what's her name? Kim Wilde, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing with that, Carl, is like everybody thought that tour video and music video was awesome at the time, I'm pretty sure. But let's see, what's another good one? I remember before playing, like Luke would usually post in his rise in 2013. He'd usually just include music in his PRs.
Yep.
I forget what he used on his what was it? I feel like he got Silo 101. I don't remember. I just remember it being in an Epic Tour video or something too.
Yeah.
Damn, 155 is a good one too. I don't think that one's linked like directly to the ranks, so I stumbled across that one later.
Yep.
Goes great with it.
Radio Gaga, Luke says he had on 101.
I'm trying to think of a PD one. I do like Ace's Extraction 48 for some reason. I just thought that went great together, but I don't think that's my favorite on PD. Nothing's come to mind, but there's just so many great music runs in the Elite.
So I'm starting to run low on questions, but you've been really super generous with your time and telling us all through your story, talking through everything that's been going on. So thank you very much for coming on and talking us through all of this. I'll give chat another minute to wrap up, but unless you've got any other stories, I'll let you get on with the rest of your evening.
All right, then. I had a good time. Thanks, everybody, for watching and all the people watching the VOD of it.
Yes, yeah, there'll be a few people catching on the VOD, I'm sure. But thanks for coming on. I wanted to say thanks to Ricky because Ricky was the one that suggested I get in touch with you and ask you to come on, and people have been keen for that. So if people have got
Please play it,
ideas,
Harry.
I've got people have got ideas about who they want to have come on. Just ping me
Yeah, there's a lot of good candidates, I think.
because I'm always
I
happy to
was
just.
kind of surprised you reached out to me, but definitely glad to see it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's good fun. I like hearing all these stories because I'm still pretty new to the community, and it's a good way for me to learn about a lot of this stuff. So thanks for your time,
Yep, thank you.
and thanks everyone in chat. We'll catch you all later.